Recap, Family Reunion 2021. The excitement as the family of the Alliance came together. First agency manager dinner, what happens? A whole new, improved promotion schedule. Megan Wood gets up here and gets a new all-expense-paid trip because she's issue paid over $500 million in less than half of a year, and then she talks about how she did it. Then what do? We roll in the CEO of Integrity Marketing, Brian Adams. What's next? Unbelievable. Brian Tracy shows up. So people are bouncing off the walls. We think it can't get better. But Vanilla Ice, Rob Van Winkle, shows up. So he agrees to an interview. He comes back out with his whole music entourage. People knew the songs, they were breakdancing, and this is the first night. This is the first night, and people are losing it. What happens the next day? How do you top it? I got an idea. Let's give away $100,000 on stage to the people that brought the most organizations to the meeting. If you missed it and you want to be at the next one, I highly recommend you sign up quickly. We're going to invest heavy. We're going to go big. Family Reunion was incredible. Family, the friends, the association, the food, the education, and the entertainment. What kind of a package is that? National convention. Off the charts, baby. I will guarantee you. Come see it. See you then. World, watch. You're gonna see something you ain't never seen before. Is about ready to see what the Alliance can do, baby. Alaska, baby. The last great frontier. Maybe, I don't know, Alaska. It's cold up there, that's why I got my jacket on, and they got ice glaciers. We're going to cruise Alaska. It's not just a cruise, it's a journey. The ovation of the seas. We are going cruising. And where are we going while we're cruising in Alaska? Juneau. Yes, I know, it's Juneau. It is the largest capital in the United States of America. You're gonna see orcas, you're gonna see humpback whales, you're gonna see them sea dogs, you're gonna see the sea sails, you're gonna see everything up in Juneau, because Juneau. Have you ever been dog sledding? You get on the back of the sled. Oh, look, or you down like this right here. You like this right here. There's a country song that says, if I never get to see the Northern Lights, I bet
Hey guys, this is Autumn from the marketing department. We're gonna get started.
Holy cow. Billy. Kind of strange because Billy's sitting like right over there in the floor. But he came in clear like he was on the speaker and stuff. I wish y'all could see this setup. Like, I got this massive screen in front of me, another massive screen over here, the computer. I'm gonna get Billy to take a picture of this, show y'all this later. It's crazy. My office is decked and ready to go now. So good to see y'all. Chris Abear, how you doing? Unclick that mute and show me some of those white teepees of yours. Chris Abear. He's studying. Text your brother, John. Show him how to unmute. Can anybody hear me? That's another question.
I can hear you, Andy, but okay. He's having problems. He's having problems right now.
It's on pause. What does that mean? What does he mean it's on pause? He might be mute. You mean Chris Abear is on pause? Chris, there it is. Hey, Chris, let me see the white, pearly whites. There you go. You see what you see. Can you look at the screen, Chris?
I see the screen. Yep.
Okay. Well, that's what we see.
Okay.
How you doing today?
I'm good. About yourself?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you there. Soy, Gonzalez, Colin. Colin, you got the hair pulled up and everything. You ain't cut it off, has you?
No, Andy, I did not cut my hair off. You're right.
No. Jake and Varay, what's up? Osuna.
On Andy.
Scratching out a living, trying to figure out a way to make another few $1 million. I got some things I want to buy. I was talking to Tim Goad. He said, Andy, how come people don't dream anymore? They'd be happy with like $100,000. I said, I don't know. I want to get me about 50,000 acres in Africa and put a house on it. And I got a place I want to fix up now. It's got 2 dams that are busted. I figure that's about 90 grand. I'm just looking around like, you got to be careful. People say like, I bet you got so much money you can't spend it. Like, you are stupid. Are you a small dreamer? Which is it? Small dreamer or stupid? Pick between the two. Small dreamer or stupid? Because I spend it like that. My baseball coach at NC State, Elliot Avent, every time, we want to name it the Haley Jane Albright Stadium. I was like, Haley ain't got no money. I thought maybe you'd give the money name it after her. No, hell no. I might call it the Albright Family Stadium, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, Haley ain't got no money. I seriously want to text him and say, how much do I have to put down to get it to be Albright Baseball Stadium? And then Tim Goad, he wants a new church right now on his property. Needs some paving over there. Somebody needs to donate about $97,000 for paving over there. Get some concrete down. Be driving across the dadgum sand and mess. And that's just to get started. I'd like 3 or 4 more watches like this, you know? Why you want another watch? Because I told Jane to get me a watch winder station with 12 spots in it. She's like, why? I said, so I can fill it up. That's why. Missionaries over there in India. People starving. I did send them 30,000, but I wish you would. I'm getting along pretty good. Okay. All right. I think I got a coin in here somewhere. It says, what do I want? I wrote this down today. It is very difficult to help anybody, coach anybody, to do anything for somebody that don't want nothing. What are we going to do for them? People don't want to get better. People don't want to get rich. They don't want to buy another car. I'm looking at a car from down here at the beach. Cheapest one's $127,000. Most expensive is $325,000. What's up, Marcus Richardson? Y'all should be. Marcus, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, Andy. How are you?
Good. Y'all should be piddling down. What if I ask you what you want? Here's what I get. You mean right now? You mean in the future? Bro, I ask you what you want. I don't know how to break it to you. That's the problem. Too much hesitation, not enough dreaming. You with me? What do you want? What would you do if you asked me? If I gave you $1 million, what would you do it? I don't know. Okay. Give me the things that you want that it costs less than $1 million. Does that help? The things you want that cost less than $1 million. Does that help? By the way, if you want to, you can put $1 million down payment. Now, what kind of payments can you make? That's another question. I put $1 million down, but I don't think I'll be able to make the payments. Yeah, that's the problem. I'd buy a 17,000 square foot house, not what $1 million you want. And if you do, you ain't gonna be able to pay the taxes next year. Okay. Who else up here? Hey, Jan Miller, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Joe, too, what are you hanging out in Hawaii or something? That's some background.
I'm getting ready to hang out with you on the beach.
I got a list of who's going to be down here. You one of them?
Yeah.
Marvin Osuna, Lisa, Al Britton, Winnie Ashwood, Gabby Bacca. Dr. Batorsky's coming down. Martha Batorsky, Kay Beggs, Carla Benavito Ligo, Moses Batantes, Sean Boone, Larry Braga, Charles Butler's coming down. Jason Carey, Carr Pickett, Castleberg. There she go. What's up, Venus? You gonna be hanging out with us?
I'm already here.
You're already here.
Ready to go.
You got here a little bit earlier. You got to go out to eat with us.
Yes, got here last night. So.
Did you get here on time, 9 o'clock?
I did, yes. Yep.
We had your man. We took care of him, made sure he behaved.
Well.
Kept me under control. Jane was there.
Oh, okay. But I was going to say, you kept him under control? I don't know about that.
The Chadwicks, Jenny Chadwick, Ben Chalmer. Let's call him Chalmers. That's not right. Nolan Chislett, Ricardo Contreras. Oh, Zan Cook is coming down here. Yay, Zan. That's Andy Cook's mama. She fired up. I wonder if Andy's coming. Belle Krause, we had to saw her last night. Tanika Davis, Marisol Diaz. Hey, that's one of y'all's people, right? Otsoy? How you doing, Marvin Otsoy?
Hi, Andy. How you doing? Very good.
Good. You look like you hanging out at the Fusion. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. I'm here already.
Is it your phone or is that your computer? You pick it up and let's see the background. Kind of tilt it down. Woohoo! Look at that, people. Not a bad view, is it?
Oh, it's Jargus. Awesome.
Oh, my God.
It is awesome.
Today was crazy. Otsoy. Billy was putting in all this elaborate setup. You can't see it, but it's elaborate setup in my office. And there was 2 people here cleaning, scrubbing everything down. And Jane was doing what Jane does, which is dogs. I was like, I got to get out of here. And I went out on the porch, and there was a rainbow across the ocean. I mean, just a complete rainbow. 1,000 beautiful white seagulls. I've been hallucinating. I've been to Africa. I've been hallucinating a little bit. Billy Chavis tell you about that. And so we don't eat no mushrooms or nothing. I was just hallucinating. And I looked at the ocean. I was like, oh, my God. Is that real? So I went back inside, got my camera, took the pictures, looked at it. I said, all right. So then I went and told them, guess what? On my porch, here I go. 2 cleaners, Billy, Jane, all run around talking. I had to come back inside and start talking. It's crazy. Crazy. And then they come back in. I went back out. It was 2,000 seagulls. It was crazy. It's been a crazy day. Why you say that? You see that view that Otsoy's got? It's every day. Something like that every day. Broderick Duggins, Joe Dukes. Joe, are you a big IUL writer?
I write some, and I'm excited to write even more.
If any of y'all want to go head to head on who knows more about IULs, I'll go head to head with you. And if you can talk more, tell more crazy stuff than I can, I give you $100. Just let me know. But if I win and you admit it, then I get the $100. Well, how come you don't talk about them all the time? Ain't how I got rich. It ain't how I'm going to get richer. They're very important. And we're going to talk about the very importance. Like, for example, somebody posted today, does anybody know of a term ROP for a 57-year-old? I'm like, I do. It's called an IUL, baby. Look at the cash value. It'll match return of premium. But when you match the return of premium, you don't have to take it. But you do a 30-year term, return of premium, 30 years is up. You ain't got no choice. You either take your money or lose it. IUL, you got a choice. I was like, people don't know stuff. It's not complicated. It's easy. But I talk about recruiting and building because that's how you get rich. People say I talk about Andy loves IULs. That's why all I ever do is IULs. Man, you missed something because that ain't how I got rich and it ain't what I talk about all the time. But if you say, well, that's because you don't know nothing about them. $100. We'll go head to head. See who knows. Who can talk more trash about them. What do you think, Joe, too? You want to take me up on that $100 bet or no?
Any day, Andy.
You say yeah?
Sure.
All right. What kind of interest rate are you getting on premium financing for IULs these days?
About 2.5%, 3%.
All right. Not bad. I can get you 2.25 all day long. What kind of banks you know that you can finance it through?
There are a lot of different banks out there. It really depends on the profile. Are you going to do
give me 2.
IRA?
Just give me 2.
2 banks.
Yeah. Ameritas?
We usually go through North Star for that.
I got you.
They find the bank.
How much commissions that cost you?
How much commission do they pay?
How much do they take of your commission?
About 15%.
Mm-hmm. What if you do it directly with a bank? How much commission is it?
And you pay 0.
That's right. Now you're doing pretty good. You're doing better than some of them would have done on here. Did you in the top 10? Is your expenses paid for this trip?
Yes.
Good deal. You got any? Congratulations. What number did you come into?
I came in 7th.
7th. Good job. How do you get most of your sales to?
I get them from all over. I mean, it's something as simple as a mortgage protection lead, right? Rather than having them pay $30 or $40 on just a term life, why not upgrade them, right? And that's what I normally have a talk. Just, hey, would you like to learn more about how you can avoid paying taxes on income in the future and just have a safe bucket of safe money in the future?
It might take me, well, it might be worth it. Hold on one second. Let me tell y'all something. That joker right there is number 19 in the United States and America for all overall issue paid production. Issue paid $206,052 and a penny with 105 apps. Woohoo! Third 67 IULs year to date. Not bad. Not bad. What would you like to do better? You're killing it in that area. What would you like to do better?
I got to clone myself about 10 or 20 times and I'll be happy.
You'd like to be able to clone yourself, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
You'd like to get somebody else that can become 19 in the country, right?
That's right.
Okay. So how to do that? So you know what you want. How do you do it? You with me? So that's what you think about is how do we do it? What do you want? How do you get it? Now, next thing is, if you was making $1 million a month, what's the kind of things you'd like to do with the money too?
Okay, just more freedom.
Give me an example of more freedom.
Freedom just means being able to have more time with the family, right? Being able to do what I want to do.
Dude, you can reduce your expectations in life and have all the time you want with your family. But you can't write a check for $250,000 to an organization in India that you have the name of that company at the tip of your tongue. You with me?
Sure.
You can't get an $85,000 watch without some money. It don't take $1 million a month. My question for you two is, what would you do with the money if you had $1 million a month coming in? I'm looking for a magazine. I got Rob. There's a trip to, I forget, are you married?
I am.
Okay. There's a trip that's $105,000. You get a discount. It's $120,000 if you go by yourself. But if you take your wife, it's $105,000 for you and $105,000 for her. And it's a all-inclusive trip on a private jet. And nobody else is on that jet but rich people, well, other people that can afford to stroke $210,000 check. And you go to like 8 different places in the world, and they got like a National Geographic specialist or 2 or 3 of them on the jet that can talk to you about where you want to go, the history, the archaeological stuff. You with me? I want to do that so bad. Really, I can afford to do it. I just need to get Jane to agree to take a month and a half. I think it's 5 weeks or 6 weeks, might be more, just agree to not do anything. So I want to be so rich that there's nothing she can say. Does that make sense? See how clear that is? And that's a definitive one. Does that make sense too?
Oh yeah, definitely. Be great to go on. I was gonna say, be great to go on one of those African safaris. That'd be great.
All right, that's good. That's good. But see, you need a list of those things that you can click them off. By the way, I'm saying this to two. I don't need for Jared to be thinking, does this apply to me also? Like, yes, Jared, yeah, a list. Jared, do you have a list handy in your head? Jared,
I do.
$1 million a month. What would you do with the money?
Well, I'd invest them back into my business to continue growing.
$1 million a month, buddy. What would you do with your money?
Well, that's one thing on the list. I'd take my family on a bad to the bone vacation. I'd buy a new house of my own.
How many of them?
Another car.
How many of the family? Because $1 million a month, buddy. Are you just taking you and your cousin, your nephew? How many of y'all taking? How far are we going to do
1 month? The immediate family. The next month we'll do like friends group. The next month, we'll just go cool places with people that I want to be around, quality people.
Yeah, well, me, it'd be about two of us.
We'll throw in.
I got my kids and spouses. I ain't taking my aunts and uncles. So I appreciate you doing that. So have you, seriously, have you thought about that? Like if you had $1 million a month, who would you take? I mean, would you really bring that aunt with you?
I'd rotate them, I think.
Man.
So I'd take like my mom, and then I would take my dad. Probably not both of them at the same time because they're divorced. It's not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do it.
So we'll just rotate them all. It'll be great. Check out some cool places.
I don't know if you thought all that through. Go on to the next.
Oh, I've thought it through.
Okay. All right. Where would you go then?
I'd go to Fiji. Do some scuba diving.
How many of y'all think she just said that, just made that up real quick, and she ain't thought that through? You're not convincing us.
I've thought it through. I don't know if you know how much I love scuba diving. I got into that when I lived in Hawaii.
Now we talk.
And I heard that Fiji is one of the best places to scuba dive. And even though now I'm living back in New Mexico in the desert, they have scuba diving places here. I could get all my gear. They organize trips. So I'm down for it. You want to go scuba diving with me in Fiji? I'll invite you. Have you ever been scuba diving, Andy?
Yeah. Let me tell you about it.
Sure.
I told this guy, I said, if you will open 20 kits, I will come to Hawaii. Now, a kit is a box that when you get started in Amway, you open a kit. You open it up. It's $220. So it would be like telling you, if you would contract 20 agents, I would come to Phoenix and do a meeting. Well, this fool's in Hawaii, military guy, all right? Long, short, cute couple, down under Adam Katz. And that jerk called me 6 weeks later. Hey, I got 20 kits open. I said, you got 20 people. He said, yeah. So I still had a job. So I told my wife, I said, you pick me up Thursday at 5:00, run me to the airport. I'm going to fly home to Hawaii, and I got to get back by my noon meeting at work. You with me? Because I ain't got no time. But she picked me up. I go to Hawaii. They picked me up, this young couple, and they got one of their friends with them. I was like, went to the house, and there was boxes everywhere. I said, what is these boxes? He said, well, you said we need to open 20 kits. I said, do y'all have people attached to these? They said, no. But we're ready when we find them. I'm glad you're out here to help us. I said, you got anything fun to do? They said, yes, scuba diving. You ever been? I said, no, but I always wanted to. They said, we're going to go out to Sharks Bay. First, we got to go down to the submarine, military submarine, and go in there and sneak out some equipment. I was like, all right. So we go down there, go in, get all equipment, flash our badges, we come back out, we got all souped up. And the girl said, he going to get embolisms. Is that what you call it?
Embolisms? I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about? Like if you come
I
up,
guess not.
like if you come up, you hold your breath and come all the way up to the top.
Oh, if you go up too quickly.
Yeah, without and can't quit breathing.
Okay.
What do you call that? Your lungs blow up, you die.
Pretty much. Yeah, you can't go up too quickly. You gotta ease up.
Well, the girl said he gonna get embolism and die, and the other guy said not if he quits. If he keeps breathing. So I started right then in the car going, and then we put on all that stuff, and we went down about 30 feet deep. Sharks. It was crazy. Yep.
Did you enjoy the experience?
Huh? I kept
Did you
breathing.
enjoy the experience? You could breathe underwater.
I was going to die tired. Like when I come out of that water, I made it to about waist deep and I fell down. They come got me.
Well, you can check that off your bucket list.
No embolism. Dennis Lyons. Okay, hold on. Let's come back, Jared. Okay, that's going to cost you less than $100,000 so far, and you're making $1 million a month.
So I said, reinvest into my business, take my family on a vacation, buy a new home, buy a new car.
Oh, where's the home and how big is it? And how much we're going to spend on it?
Well, let's see. I'll have a place in Albuquerque, and it'll be in the North Valley off of Rio Grande Street. And it will be, I don't know, probably 3,000 to 5,000 square feet.
35,000 or
3,000 to 5,000 square feet.
Make it 5,000, buddy. You can afford it.
We'll go for the 5, and then maybe throw in a mountain home too in Colorado.
You can afford it. Nice. Mountain home in Colorado, 5,000 street also. Any donations, any charitable gifts or anything you thought about, or they can handle it themselves?
Absolutely. No, definitely going to donate to charity.
Which one?
I'll donate to my church.
They don't need
and I'll donate to...
Your church is doing fine, but that's fine.
How do you know?
I just know who you go to church with.
Okay.
Hey, am I wrong?
No.
Your church is rich.
They're doing okay.
I know. But you would give them some money.
I would also like to support some organizations that help like single moms, because my mom was a single mom, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. And so, just organizations that help women in general.
Do you know any good ones? You should do some research.
Not off the top of my head. I'm gonna do some research and identify the organizations I'm going to.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm just telling you this because I know, Jara. If you would devote more time to investigating charities and 5,000 square foot houses and how much it goes to go to Fiji than these things that you do, these things are pulling you down, and this would lift you up. Does that make sense? Now, some people say doing this is a waste of time. I would say doing this is not only a waste of time, it's hurting you. Joe, too, you 100% fall in this category. You with me? This will kill you. This will get you rich. Like, I trust that everybody here subscribes to ROBB, Rob Report, and reads every single page of Rob Report and looks at every picture. If you don't, I would beg you to. And somebody like Jara, I would go get Cowboys and Indians also. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you ever seen it?
The magazine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like it or don't like it?
I mean, I don't have a subscription. I've read one or two, but
you like it?
It's nice. Yeah.
You should subscribe to it.
Well, I guess I will.
Because these things you look at and take time scanning through are hurting you. And these things you scan through, it'll change your life. You with me?
Yes.
Okay. Like, it's just, I'm telling you, it sounds crazy, but dreaming is work. Or dreaming takes time. Why are you smiling so much, Venus? I got Chris over here looking like he's going to kill me. And I got you looking like you think I'm saying something funny.
I'm actually over here figuring out how to spend $1 million a month. I'm excited.
Well, so that's what you're agreeing about. You thinking, how the hell am I going to spend $1 million a month?
No, I've actually got plenty of ideas.
Oh, so you just,
I'm excited about them. Yes, yeah.
No, I agree, Andy. It's actually work, right? To spend $1 million a month. You got to think about it.
Yeah. Unless you've been thinking about it all your life. Right? I mean, unless, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I'm telling you, I wouldn't even blink. If I got $100 million, I'll be like, and then you got to think, you know, I can do this, but I can't do that. And it's like, So you do anything? No, you can't. I mean, one jet that I would like is $50 million. And you got to make right now, you got to make 100. You got to give the government 50. You got 50. You see what I'm saying? Gone. Now you got no more left. It's crazy to think about it. The strategies. Then you want to have, anyway. This is a big deal. For real. Dennis Lyons, what's up?
Hey, I'm on my way to Treasure Island.
Well, good. I can't wait to see you. I saw your name was on the list.
I'm looking forward to it.
I saw your name was on the list. So what? How's your health?
It's getting better. I'm still dealing with a few things, some shortness of breath, some cardio rehab stuff, but I'm doing good.
Last time I talked to you, I was talking trash to you because you let your downline outsell you. And then you said, well, I did about to die from a dadgum heart attack, Albright. I said, oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm getting better. It's going to be a good month in September. And August, think it backwards. October is going to be an awesome month, too. Man. The rest of the year is going to be great. I'm excited about it. I went from 1% blood flow to 100%. So I'm looking forward to it.
Probably leading up to that 1%, you was probably at like 60 or 80 or 70, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
I don't know.
If it happened all at once, or if it was gradual, they didn't really talk to me about that. But
that man said that's the way pregnancy happens. A little bit of time and then all at once.
All at once, right? Yeah. No, but I'm excited. A lot of good things going on in my group. I've been telling. I was on a call last night, a group opportunity call, and it's just I got the opportunity to say during the call, the team that the Alliance brings to bear, and the support and the type of company we are, as people are exposed to it, if they'll be open and receptive to it, I can't see where people aren't involved in it and looking for ways to help people and do exactly what you've been doing on this call so far, which is help people dream about their future and what really can happen in their lives. So I'm just very excited about what's going on.
I was talking to one of your guys today.
Yes, sir.
Got some money. He's got some money. He ain't broke. And his daddy's got a lot more money.
Yes, sir.
Guy named Chris.
I know the deal. It's going to be great. It's going to change their lives.
Man, people are texting me. This is fun. People are just texting me their dreams. Somebody wants a 50 Gulfstream 550. Those are run roughly 60 million. Ultra luxury cruising. How about this? One thing I do that I've always wanted to do is for a college football season, fly on a jet every weekend to wherever ESPN game day is and watch the game of the week. After going with you to a Wolfpack game, I've now included sideline tickets and box seats at the same game. First half, we walked the sideline, and since we done beat the snot out of them, and our back was killing us from standing up and walking up down the sideline for a half a game, we went up to the box seats and sat up there because they had drinks and food and a big old cushion seat. And we sat there for the second half of the game. So that's what he
TV set.
What's that?
And a TV set.
Yeah, they got TV sets, but we sat right on the wall. So we're looking at we're actually looking at the real game. I mean, we can go back up. We can step back and look up, but we're right. And of course, it's open too. So it's like, it's crazy. But, matter of fact, there's a game coming up. I can't do it this weekend because we done sold out tickets, but there's a game coming up, Dennis. You want to go? Just let me know if you get any interest in college football. This guy's talking about NFL games. So what you would need is, depends on whether you want to work in between. You need a private jet. You need so much money that you ain't got to work no weekends. You don't have to report to nobody. You know, that'd be crazy. I want to keep talking about this, but I do have a lot of stuff on the cover. But I really want to. It's really important because y'all are going to have problems. Okay, Venus and Joe. I know y'all got this dream relationship, and I know both of your families are perfect. I can just imagine how, their health is perfect, and they're good. The head on straight. So there's going to be stuff that comes up. And if your dream is small, any problem will stop you from doing what you got to do. But if your dream is big, you just kind of like move on. It's just, it's like, yeah. That makes sense. It's real easy to just move on if your dream is huge. By the way, these old cars that are remodeled, Sarge, I'm telling y'all, I have looked at old cars remodeled. You cannot spend any money. Like you get every single thing you can dream of on a Chevy or a Ford or one of those Broncos. It ain't going to be $100,000. I mean, I'm just telling you, dude, you will have to put a different kind of seat in it and engine than what they used back then. Because when you, I'm not kidding you. If you want to have a warehouse of them, you could $2 million. You fill up a 40,000 square foot warehouse of remodeled cars, unless you're remodeling Maseratis or remodeling Ferraris. But if you're doing a Ford or you know what I'm saying? Like I've looked at them. People are like, you know what to get you, and they tell me, and I look it up, and I was like, I'm not driving that thing. $76,000. Drive around town in a $76,000 car. Oh, but it looks unbelievable. Not if you know it's worth $66,000. I got a $67,000 car. No, I'm not either. Now, my wife, she'd be like, I don't understand why it's got to cost money for you. I don't know. I just got in my mind that it's easier to die in a $67,000 car than a $280,000 or $390,000. I got to believe there's more safety features in a 2022 Maybach or a 2022 Lamborghini, or you know what I'm saying? Like Lamborghini's not safe. You can get out of the way. Anybody just press it like, yeah, you're gone. As long as you see them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't not making no sense to y'all, but I'm trying to help you because people get stopped. They go like, oh, you want me to do something this weekend and next weekend for my business? Yeah. You want me to spend $1,000 to go get around the other people and network? Yeah. But if your dream is tiny, then you're not willing to do that. And I have to sell and sell and sell. But if I can get your dream bigger, now somebody dies and your mama calls, say, you remember Johnny something, you'd be like, yeah, he died. you got to go to his funeral. I'm like, shoot, I got something scheduled that weekend. She'd be like, I ain't even told you what weekend it is. I said, I know. Well, I'm telling you, I got something scheduled that weekend. Just tell me the dates so I can confirm. I got my calendar right here. Tell me the dates. Yep, I'm booked. Yeah, people, you don't show up, and you know he did a lot for you. You was young and gave your cleats when you was in a football game. Remember that? It's probably used. You see what I'm saying, Beret? How y'all doing? How's Joseph and Beret?
Jake, Joseph, and Beret. We're good. Am I a small dreamer or am I stupid? Well, I know I'm not stupid, so I must be a small dreamer. Well, I'm taken out of
No,
this.
it was something else tied to that. It was like if you don't know what you want, then you're either stupid or a small dreamer. So you're saying you don't know what you want. Okay. So let's get a list here started. How many kids y'all got?
2.
Boys or girls?
Girls.
Okay. 2 $1 million weddings. That's the first thing. Any college, even if it's out of state, but we will work hard to get them to go in-state. Did you hear what I said? We work hard to get them to go to in-state. Right? Any college they want to go to, even if it's Harvard, tutors, and they will not have to stay in a dorm unless they want to. They can stay in a private house. And we can send bodyguards with them, but we don't have to tell them that they're there. They can be like secret bodyguards. What does that run you? $75,000 a year right there. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm not somebody, mama, daddy, we might want to do something for them. Big house, big car, Cadillac. I don't know. Private jet. Talk Tim Goad into putting a building with your name on it. That's going to take a big check, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I looked the other day at the Rob Report. I didn't subscribe. There's no excuse, but I was like, well, I wonder, the one that I was seeing was on cars. And I was like, well, I don't like cars too much. I wonder if there's one with pretty houses. I didn't know like how that subscription works. Do you get to pick what you like, or it's just a different one every month?
It's like different every time.
So one time it could be cars, one time it could be pretty houses.
Yeah. What's the there's a real estate magazine that for rich houses. I can't think of the name of it. Anybody know?
DuPont Registry?
Yeah, that's it. DuPont Registry. I think there's a DuPont Registry for houses.
And cars.
I know there's a DuPont Registry for cars.
Yeah.
But you could also just Google luxury house magazine, and it's going to get somebody to get you money.
Yeah.
And let me be clear. You've got to spend money on stuff like this. You know, it's funny. If Missy's listening, subscribe to me a Rob Report for down here, because I was out at the cabin. I was like, I had plenty of Rob. I was like, I really need a couple more subscriptions. Subscriptions, not prescriptions, subscriptions going out. Have them coming here, coming there. I've probably subscribed to Rob Report 27 years ago. When I first started looking at it, Beret, I still don't know how to say a lot of those words in there, but I didn't know that those brands existed. Now, when I see the brand, I'm like, like it educated me on stuff. And then now I have so many things out of those magazines. It's kind of silly. Hey, there's somebody named Candace Faison, Ruth Fabian, Justin Felix, Susie Grenay, Carlos Gutierrez, Laura Hardy, Angela Hawkins, Gina Hawks. This guy named Devin Hemchand, Hemchand. I can't wait to see him. He's exploding, driving depth. And maybe it's Christian Hemchand. David Hobbs, Michael Jacobs, Helen Johnson, Jennifer Jones. Michelle Coling is blowing up. Her business is going crazy. She'll be there. Josh Cranenberg, Todd Crudge, Michelle Lee, Dennis Lyons, obviously Ed Maltonado, Sammy Menina, Steve Maxim, Megan Moberg. I met her. I look forward to saying hello. Mark Morales, Courtney Nolan, Rachel Osuna, Rachel Osuna, Marvin Otsoy. Is that Otsoy Ruiz or Ruiz Otsoy? Awa Patton, Joey Perez, Ralph Reserves coming over from the East Coast of Florida. Charlene Risher, Maria Riviera, and Robles, Jonathan Rojas, Brian Rojas, Julissa Ruiz, Madeline Ruiz, Adam Sambliss, Mindy Shipley, Richard Springs, Elsa Thompson, Jennifer Trexler, Joshua Velez, and Sandra Zibelich. Those are the ones we know of that are coming. I know there will be more. So I look forward to saying hello. Tonight, matter of fact, tonight we're going to be hanging out at Three Daughters. So if anybody else is interested that's close by, we're going to go over to Three Daughters. And it's a brewery with snacks, live music. Last time we went a year ago, we had a blast of it. I don't think I've been over there since then. We had a great time. There's outside seated. There is cornhole games going on. It's a really cool place. Video games, other kind of games. Plenty of places set around. They got 18 different, maybe, I don't know, at least 18 different kinds of beer. It's a fun place to hang out. And then we're going to start training tomorrow. We're going to do 9 to 5. And then for those that won the event, we're going to do a party over at our house and dinner over at our house. Everybody else will be on your own. And then we'll Friday noon, I think 9 to 11, do some more wrap-up training. And then a lot of people going to go hanging out at the beach. So pretty cool event. And then next weekend, we're doing an open house at the convention center in Burlington. All right, let me try to help you with this dream. How would you like this to happen on your team? Okay. Guy who's had it with life, had it with his wife, had it with his children, had it with everything. Okay. Frustrated as hell, gets in this business just because his friend told him to, blah, blah, blah. They sell him on going to our open house event. He goes to the meeting. He's not busted, by the way, only emotionally. Okay. Got money. He's just frustrated with everybody, his family. There's other things going on with him. You with me? Other stuff. Comes out of the meeting, makes a decision to be excited about the future, straighten out stuff with his wife, straighten out stuff with his kids, straighten out stuff with his daddy. And since that event that we had, his life is totally changed. Has nothing to do with money. If you won't do it for the dollar bill, do it for this guy. Another guy got arrested. Well, not arrested. I don't know if that's what you call it. He lost his career because he did something stupid. And he said he did. He said, I did it. Gets in this business, gets a dream going again, gets a couple suggestions, starts a business, is very successful, crazy grateful, all because he got in this business. Keeps in touch, bought a big IUL policy. This is a life-changing business. But seldom, Joe, have I ever changed anybody. Like I'll talk to you till I'm blue in the face. Ain't that going to change? I talk to Otsoy. Ain't that going to change? You bring them to an event like the Fall Summit, and they go talk to Belle Krause. They go talk to Jake and Beret. They go talk to Marcus Richardson. They go talk to Jared Gonzalez. They go talk to Marvin Otsoy or Marvin Osuna, get the M&M brothers on them. Or they go talk to the prophet, Osuna, and they'll change everything in their life. People will go there, have been thinking about suicide, and they come out thinking about saving other people So what's that got to do with me making money? Everything. Everything. People learn how to sell in 15 minutes, those events. You talk to them for 17 hours and they won't figure it out. If they go to the event, they sit down with somebody that they relate to or somebody that they hate or somebody they want to date. And next thing you know, they picked up on it. They understand it. It's shocking. So Andy, you just saying that going to be, no, I'm telling you, I've been doing this 31 years. The best promoters will be the biggest builders, getting them to the big events. Well, I got them to my upline. We had 17 people there. I'm like, bro, that ain't going to do it. Don't get me wrong. If the 17-person meeting, you should be trying to get them to the $2,000 meeting. If these little 150 people meetings, you should be trying to get them to the 2,000 people meetings. Well, I don't think it makes a difference. I don't care what you think. What's the size of your business? That makes sense. I had people with tiny businesses, maybe 150 unique writers. Like 150 people? Seriously? You see what I'm saying? In other words, if you want to get big, what you got for me? Is that water? Thank you. What's that? Huh?
Tea, because you're hollering.
Tea, because I'm hollering. That's good thinking right there, baby. She misses me. Been in Africa, gone for 2 or 3 weeks. What are you doing? Give me. Okay, I was distracted. All right, I got an ID. I got over here projection of how much money you're going to get for winning the Alaska cruise and then going over and above it. Okay. Bell Kraus right now is on track to receive $21,000, $21,800. I want to see Stephanie Rodriguez is on track to receive $21,000. Marcus Richardson, $18,912 is what you're on track to win. Now, Marcus, I said that depending on how much production the company did, we're going to divide that money up among everybody. Okay.
Right.
If the company did enough to do $1 million, I think I said 50 million. If we did 50 million, we would give away $1 million. So we're on track to do less than 50 million. So if we did $1 million, 50 million, which would get $1 million check, you would get 25,000. So you could go from 18,000 to 25,000. Now, the truth be known, we could go to 1,100,000 to be divided up. So between now and the end of the year, if you doubled your production, you could increase your check from 18,000 to 25,000. The problem is it can't just be you. It's got to be everybody.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Marcus? Like if everybody would kick in starting today and double their production for the next 4 months, that bonus check gets bigger. I'm looking who else is in here. There's other people that are on this call. I'm just looking for your name. Oh, Jake and Veray, yours is 11,700. You could easily get it up to 15,700. So in other words, if you'll make more money between now and the end of the year, your bonus will be more. Does that make sense? So I was thinking, if we're going to give her $11,000 for leads at the end of the year, why not go ahead and give her $11,000 for leads now so that she could increase her production increase your hierarchy with those leads, and get a bigger bonus so we still owe you $4,000 at the end. Does that make any sense to you? Jake, does that make sense?
So are you saying you're gonna give us you're gonna give us the money now?
Yeah. I'm checking to see if it makes sense.
It makes sense. I like it.
Does everybody agree that makes sense? See what Joe Dukes is. 2 is on track for $8,400. How'd you like to have $8,400 worth of leads free right now, Joe 2?
Yeah, turn that down.
But let me ask you this.
To make money, right?
Right. So I'm thinking if we're gonna give it to you, why not give it to you now? And let's grow it now instead of waiting until January and grow it. And then if you grow it now, we'll actually owe you more in January. So I went to my team and here's what they said. Well, the problem is some people going to go up and some going to go down. So if you give them all the money, we might have to take the money back and then they'll be all mad. And then some people, we're going to owe more. So I said, all right, how about if we just give them 80% right now? And that way we'll save a little leeway. But if at the end of next month, we take a look at things and we go look, a whole company's grown, then we'll give you the money again. So let's say for you, yours $7,000 too. And but at the end of September and end of October, it's all grown. We're like, give him another $1,000 free leads. Does that make sense? Listen to this. Right now, Stephen Davies is on track to get a $61,000 worth of leads. So I'm thinking we'll go ahead and give him $50,000 worth of leads. He can use them for his, those new guys he's hiring and not have a lead bill at all. I mean, I don't know what Davies' lead bill runs a week. It might be, I don't know, it might be $6,000 a week. I don't know. But he won't have no lead bill for a while if he gets $50,000 worth of lead credit. He won't have a lead bill. And then he could take some of that money and buy, invested in his downline. Megan Woods got 48,000. I've got a range because right now, if nothing changes, Megan's going to get 48,000. But if we could grow it, she could get 65,000. So all of you, the pie gets bigger as everybody grows. So if we give y'all leads, now all your new people, if you that don't have any credit, let's talk to them. Hey, listen. You ought to go ahead. If you don't get rich, you might as well go ahead and do it now instead of waiting until next year. I've explained this concept so many times. I know some people are going to get it eventually. You can't get rich faster, getting rich slower. It simply don't go together. Like you get to talk about, I'm going to wait till Monday. Why don't we start Friday? And people go, well, there's no reason. I go, you're waiting till Monday. You can start now. You can start recruiting. It's like seriously, dude. Like, not kidding. Hello. Let's go now. So that was my thinking. Soy, do you think this is a good idea?
Oh yes, Andy. Absolutely. Let's do it now.
Explain to me what I'm saying. Let's make sure we're clear on how I'm explaining this. Kind of repeat it back or tell me what I'm saying so that you're on track.
Yes. As much as we grow from now until December, so we can get bigger in, money in leads. And so we can invest it in the group and we can grow together and just be partners sooner. That's the idea. Just keep growing from now on. Not just selling, but recruiting and building just to get rich sooner.
Okay, what about the thing about giving the money faster?
That's awesome because if we can double it from now till the end of December, so we can just double it or maybe more, maybe more. So I'm just in. Just can't wait just to do it right now, not waiting for, maybe until the weekend or so. So even though we're here in Florida, so we have a team here in Florida and we can work with them and just build together.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I think you get it. Megan Wood's on track. I saw her said Levin Tovich is on track to get 27,000 to 36,000. So I'm wondering if they're listening. I wonder if they'd like to have that get about 24, 25,000 early. They can spread it out.
Hey, Andy, the sooner you get us the seeds, the sooner we plant them, the sooner, the quicker and bigger the harvest, right? Is that the goal?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
If I'm going to get it to you, I might as well give it to you now. The other thing I was thinking, well, I can't, I'm not going to be too. October 1, there will be numerous October, November, December contests announced. I can tell you, Foresters is going to be big, and getting deeper in organizations is going to be big. So the incentives, and then just obviously overall production, but the fourth quarter contests, like who can drop down and build deeper faster. One things I look at is when people hire somebody, they can't figure out how to get this person. They can't figure out how to get under them. And then if they get under them, it's like they go into an all-out melt, brain freeze, and they don't understand, like, let me check with this person to see if I can talk to the person to talk to this person. You don't need to do that. You just call them up and you be nice to them. And all you got to do is go on the ARC and you see their phone number. Call them up. Hey, how you doing? How's life? My name is Joseph Two, and I hired Marty, or I hired Tim. And I'm thinking based on your zip code, you're in Montana. You just chat with them. People don't know what to say. And I'm telling you, just start talking to them. If you really don't think you know what to say, just start asking questions about their family. How did you find out about the business? Did you already have your insurance license? What do you like about it so far? You just talk to them, and then you'd be surprised. Sometimes I talk to people and I go, "Now, did you know you could hire people?" No. Did you know you could build a network all over the country, have residual income? Nope. I go, well, no worries. Now you know. So who do you think you would talk to? Well, I've already talked to my brother. He's interested. Would you sign him up in class? No, I didn't know how. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Jara, have you started doing more of this?
Yes, I have. I'm realizing more and more how important depth is.
Tell me what you mean by that.
Well, for example, just having agents that do have other agents are doing a lot better than agents who don't, because they're motivated by the overrides. They just have a bigger business.
So you're saying when a person has a downline, they get more excited than if somebody else over there that they're not making money off of and not in their group, they don't care as much.
Correct. Because if you have an agent that is out there just on their own, they don't have a team, and they have a bad week, well, they're more likely to jump off of a bridge than someone who has a team coming in with overrides.
Jan Miller, I got your group pulled up. Who do you think is the most excited on your entire team?
Oh, boy. I have a guy out in Arizona, Adam Camasto. He got his assistant involved. He's new. He's in class. I think he's excited. Blake Fiandaca under Vicky Silver.
Hold on a second. That's good. I just needed one. All right. Now, Adam has hired Shahil Patel. Did you know that?
Right. Yes.
Have you talked to Shahil?
Yes.
What is it a he or she?
He.
What did he say?
He's all excited. They're looking at, they have some other people that we have to talk to. And so they're already looking at depth.
Where does he live?
Success. Phoenix, I think it is, or Arizona.
623. 623 is this area code is what I'm saying at. Phoenix. Is Phoenix a 623 number, Gonzalez? Joe Duke says, yeah. You reckon he's on this call?
No, I know that Adam works. He sells cranes. He does very well. And he's very excited about this.
How about Chatel? Or Patel?
No, they work together.
Oh, they both crane operators?
Not operators. Adam sells them, and his friend Shahil is his assistant, and they do really well.
Shahil is his assistant in his sales.
Yes.
How'd you find them?
It was I guess it was an interview that was set up for me by Mike and Noel.
So they ran some kind of advertisement. You met them, you talked to them.
Yeah. They went and saw Megan.
I don't want to get into too much personal information, but if they're doing so well, why do they want to do this?
Because what he's doing takes all of his time. He
has no time. He can't go to Africa for 15 days and have no cell phone coverage and come back and his business is blowing up.
Nope.
Or India or Tunisia or Fiji. Adam. Hello, Adam. Andy Albright. How you doing?
Hey, Andy. How's it going?
I'm doing good. I'm doing a conference call and got you on speakerphone, so don't say nothing crazy. But I just want to say, hey, congratulations. I'm glad you're getting started with us.
Yeah, it's awesome to talk to you. Super excited to get started on it, and we've got some other people that are working with me on it, so hopefully we're up and running soon.
How do you say your assistant's name?
His first name?
Yeah.
Shahil. It's Shahil.
Yeah, I got the Patel part down pretty pat, I think. I might have the wrong accent the way I'm saying it, but Patel's the way we.
Yeah, no, you guys are good.
Yeah. Well, look, man,
used to it, so
we're excited about blowing this thing up and building it. You create residual income by hiring people all over around the country. Let me ask you this: you think hiring poor people or people that are making pretty good money, which you think will be smarter?
Making good money.
Say again. Say again.
I said people making good money.
That's right. People making good money will be better to hire than people that are broke. Why is that?
They already have the work ethic and everything like that for it. So you can just check those boxes off to start.
Makes perfect sense. A lot of people think we need the needy, but I tell them we need the greedy.
Right. Absolutely.
And then other people say, like, if we don't want greedy people, we want people that want freedom. How about that? We want people that want to be hog nasty, stinking rich so they can travel to Africa or Fiji or anywhere else they want to, go to every NFL game of the week on a whim's notice on a jet. They're not greedy, are they?
Nope. That's just living life right there.
That's just living life. We need the greedy, not the needy people.
Yep.
People say, what if I'm needy and I'm in the business? Well, let's go find some people that got some money, can afford to fly around the country, and find some people that can afford to come into family reunion. And,
right.
Let's go find them.
Yep.
Well, look, man, this is my cell phone number. I just want to show them the kinds of things I say to people when I call them. And I want to give them an example. So this is an example. This is my cell phone number. Let me tell you something. You ain't got to call me. Jan Miller is bad to the bone, and her whole team, she works with 11 Toviches, and there's some other really good people. Chris Manifold, that's some really good people that she works with. So you don't need to call me, but you got my cell phone. If you ever need me, you can.
Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, Andy. And
wait a minute, 11 Toviches are texting me something. It might be something. It might be who you are. Yep, I bet it is. What's the name of is your company Kimball?
No, I'm in the crane business.
Yeah, I know. But I'm wondering if that's you. You got it's a hat. And it looks like Patel right there beside you. Well, did you meet Megan Wood?
Oh, yeah. We did meet Megan Wood over in Gilbert.
Yeah, she sent a picture.
My assistant Shaquille out there.
Yes, he's
awesome.
Your assistant's skinnier than you, ain't he?
Yep.
Yeah, I got the right picture. So you look like somebody could do this thing, man. You look like you could make a lot of money fast.
I hope so. That's the plan. And, hopefully I get a team around me that can do a lot of the stuff with me and see them succeed as well.
Well, look, if they spend all that money coming out there, sure hope you come to one of our big events. We got one next weekend. If you can get off work and work it out with a wife and girlfriend and kids and your dad and whoever else you need to check with dogs. Some people need dog sitters. If you can work it out and come next weekend, it would be awesome to meet you in person. I'll introduce you to everybody. If you can't make that one, we got a big one coming up, a big one coming up in January.
Okay.
But just see what you can do. And Jan will tell you about the one coming up next weekend. If you can do that all of a sudden, I'll tell you this, if you come in and after a day and a half or 2 days and you say, this is stupid, wasting my money, I'll give you money back. I'll pay for your plane ticket, pay for your dadgum, whatever it's free. So you don't really, the meeting don't cost nothing. So I ain't going to give you nothing back for that, but I'll give you plane ticket back. I'm not going to give you the money back for your food because you got to eat anyway,
Right. Yeah, no, I'll definitely reach out to Jan, get some details on it. I'll shoot you a text if me and Jan can make it out there.
Okay. All right, man. Sounds good. Nice meeting you. Look forward to talking to you.
Nice meeting you too.
Later.
Thanks, Jan.
Okay. See how I said, I almost like I was going to get off the phone with him and I come back and ask, and I get off the phone and get back and ask. That's what I do all the time. That's what I do with Marcus all the time. Do Marcus. Marcus will be like,
absolutely.
I'm off a hook. All right. So one more thing I want to tell you about.
No, it gets dangerous when you start asking questions. I like to listen, but when you start asking questions, I know I'm in trouble. Speaking of questions, while I got you here on this lead cash credit, if I'm understanding things correctly, let's get back to the business at hand. So if we're getting the 18,000 projection for 2022, well, the way it's set up now is we would get 80% of that. So that'd be $14,000 to go into this fourth quarter to use for myself or my team on leads so we can grow it. And then if the pot grows big enough, we can put more money on it when we come into January. Is that correct?
Yeah. Matter of fact, we'll give it to you in October. If it looks like it's going to be a lot bigger, we'll go ahead and give you more.
Okay. And then when are you making this effective? Or just now?
Yeah. I'd text Chris Hill and say, hey, I need to be first in line to get my money.
I'm sitting in now.
How much is mine? What is mine projected at? I don't want you to be selfish, but what is mine?
Based on what you told me, it's 14,400. If I'm at 18,000, I did the 80% already.
I can look and tell you for sure. If you see my technology set up here, I'm so fired up. I don't know what to do. I want to do something. I want to use it. I don't want you to get all RICH. Find all. Previous. I'm gonna do Marcus. I'll see what yours is. Chris could tell you for sure, but I ain't as good with details as I'd like to be.
I just sent it to him.
All right. And I was looking, I got something messed up here. Oh yeah, here we go. Yours is $18,912 right now. Could be as high as 25. So 80% of 18,000. I can't get time to look up everybody's. Riddles is right above you at 19. Hutchinson is right above at 21. Kraus is 21. But yeah, that's going to come in handy, ain't it?
Yeah, it's real handy. I'm writing it down now as we speak.
So I ain't trying to encourage you to be generous, but you can do anything you want to. Like if you had an agent that's working his butt off, you could say, hey, look, man, if you'll buy $500 worth of leads, I'll give you $500. If you'll buy an extra. Now, if he's already spending $500 a week, I ain't too much on giving him. But I say, look, if you'll bump it to $1,000 this week, I'll give you $500. So now the joker went from $500 in a week to $1,500 worth of leads. I guarantee you a daggum blind hog with a note in his mouth could get somebody to fill out an application if you had that many people to talk to.
Right.
Let me tell you something. If you got a little golf ball and you try and throw it in here, I wouldn't bet on you. But if you get one of them big 10-gallon buckets, the chance of getting one in is so much better. So a little $500 worth of leads in a week, $1,500 worth of leads in a week. See what I'm saying? Like it just makes it so much easier.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
So I'd start thinking creatively. How am I going to match? And the other thing is now, if they go, oh, well, I'll do like $50 a week more, you should be like, look, I ain't trying to say you're a little thinker. That's what I ain't trying to say you're a small thinker or small dreamer, but dadgum, Bo. I'm looking at you. I see winner written all over you. I see superstar. I see ambition. I see urgency. I'm thinking bigger number. Give me a bigger number. You with me? You can speed up your life by asking people for a bigger number. Ask them for sooner. I didn't say sooner. I said sooner. Okay. All right. This is what I planned on talking about. Oh my gosh. They're telling me about this guy, this sales guy, money and whew. I'm excited about him. What's his status, Jan? Is he licensed? Is he in class? What's the scoop?
He's in class and his assistant is in class too, so they can egg each other on, push each other a bit.
Let me show you something. Here's what I would do. I'm not going, can you see that? I would go to his number. I'm not going to do it. I'll do it to you, Jan. Let's see. I would go to his number, but I'm going to show you on yours because I don't want to mess up and send him something. All right, Jan Miller. All right, I'd go to his number. Can you see? I kind of get the angle right? Watch how this works. I type in AA new NEW J. Look what you see. Can you see what's coming up there? And I just hit on it. And what that is that's the video of me getting a new jet. Does that make sense?
Yes.
The way I did that's in text replacement. You know how if you're going to write your name and it just pops up your name, Miller, and you don't even have to type the whole thing out? You can actually go in there and put it. So what I did is I cut a whole link to a YouTube video, and then I put it in there. So I type it, like if I type mom, boom, 92 letters comes up. And it's actually the video. So whenever I had to type mom, I had to be careful because it types up the whole video. And I go, so I had to, you know what I'm saying? And then like I've got several things that are in there. So I pop it. So if I were you, I'd pop him that video and I would say, this is the guy who just personally invited you to come next weekend. If you can't make it, he'll understand. If you can make it, he'll be impressed. Guy that makes that kind of money gets it. Now, let's say he's broke and got no money. You do the same thing. This guy just invited you personally. So if he's broke, how's he going to get? Man, I'll tell you something. Everybody can find money when they want to find money. When they want to, WANTTO. Okay. And it's just that this guy's easily going to find the money. It's just going to be if he wants to come or not. But what you're trying to do is push him just a little bit more. Okay. This is called driving depth. I'm working him because if we can get him to come there and he meets somebody else making 400,000, somebody else making 500,000 with us, he might meet Tim Goad. He might meet Jim Henson. He might meet Marcus Richardson. Anything he does, and then it turns him on, Jan. Boom, yow. Okay.
Sounds smart.
It takes time and work and effort. You were going to tell me another person. Is this helping? Let me I can two, do you know who would be your, wait, let's go back. Who else, Jan, would be good? Like best person, who's number, you were getting ready to tell me number 2 person.
Blake Fiandaca under Vicky Silver. That is her son. And he just got somebody else into class who's going to be getting his girlfriend into class too.
I don't see them. Tell me the name again. Blake
Fiandaca, FIAN.
Are they fast tracked?
Yeah, they're selling. They're starting.
All right, I don't see them, but I'm just trying to go fast. So it'll tell me her name.
You look, Vicky Silver.
Where are you going to tell me if I look where?
Under her, it would be under her, Vicky Silver.
Victoria Silver. Yeah, I don't think I got her, but I don't see him. It's not popping up, so I'm not sure if he's fast tracked or if maybe just hadn't showed up in the system. Have you looked at it lately, the art?
Look at it every day.
Every day. Have you seen their name on there?
I have them on there. Pretty sure.
Okay. Look it up and see if it's showing up for you.
Under Victoria. Right.
I've got Vicky Silver, 603. Let me see what Levin Tovich is saying. They just sent me the name. He said, let's skip this. Let's just send you the name. All right. Here's what I like. This is what happens. If I could have 4 or 5 of you on a call, what happens is I call one person, 5 of y'all, hey, call this person, call this person, call this. I'm getting texts like crazy. But what happens is you have to do like if you could get like 8 of your people on a call, Jan, and then call this person's best person and just have a fun, nice conversation. Hey, I just thought about my aunt. Call my aunt. And you're like, okay. Yesterday you talked to her. She couldn't think of nobody. But when they see other people doing it, they go like, hey, I want my people called.
Vicky just texted me, so she's on.
Okay. All right. So this is, I've missed this guy before. Didn't I meet that guy that you just texted me, Jara? Jake?
Yeah, you've met him.
Is he on the call?
Yeah, he's on.
I'm going to give him down in the country. You know what that is?
What's that?
I don't know what it is, but one time, Jake.
Yes.
Andy Albright, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Andy. How are you?
Fired up out of my mind. You been watching my call, listening to my call?
I just got home and yes, I'm turning on. I've been watching the last 10 minutes.
Last 10 minutes. That's excellent. So I remember having you on stage.
Yes.
I remember it crystal clear. And the Levitoviches have given me several updates on you because I check on you. So, Jared, that's what I'm telling you. Like, I'm not oblivious. They told me. So, how you been doing?
I've been struggling a little bit.
You been what? You been what?
I've been struggling a lot.
Struggling a lot. Me too.
Yeah, it was, I started so strong and did so well. And It's almost the Monday after Spring Summit, the dial session. It was a bad dial session, and I hit a wall. It seemed like.
Well, I have the solution.
Okay.
There's a book I wrote called The 8 Steps to Success. I will bet you $1 million that there's nothing in that book that you can't do. Nothing. Every single thing you can do. At least, like if I said, Jake, are you doing it to a 10? Are you doing it to a 1? Every single one of them, you could say 8 if you want to. Okay?
Right.
Every single one of them, it just tiniest bit of effort, you could get an 8. Okay? If you say, I'm going to have to go with a 2, I'll be like, dude, it's 15 minutes of reading. How the hell can you get a 2? Well, I hardly ever read. Well, then that'd be a 0. So what would an 8 be? 15 minutes Monday through Friday. How do I get a 10? 15 minutes Monday through Sunday. 15 minutes, that's all? Yeah, that's all. See what I'm saying?
I do.
I will bet you $1 million that you can't do those 8 steps and fail. You just can't. It's impossible. You can do it and say, I'm going to get his $1 million. Only thing is, if you come back and you're making $10,000, $15,000 a month, I go like, bro, I can't write you a $1 million check. I just be honest with you. You failed to fail.
Yeah.
You had every intention of showing me it wouldn't work. But I've been doing this for 30 years. Now, in Amway, I had to say, now, if you're making $1,000 or $2,000 a month, it's working. But here's $10,000, right? So I was doing this before. I never had anybody fail in Amway that did the 8 steps. But I've never had anybody here make less than $100,000 doing 8 steps, ever. It's embarrassing. Like people are like, I'm going to show him. I'm going to show me. I bet his stuff in there is impossible. That's why he says it. No, there's nothing in there. A daggum caveman can do that stuff. I mean, like, I'm not kidding you. It is so tiny of a, what do you call it, a hurdle to get over. Now, the only thing people say to me is like, you have no idea the problems I got. And I go, let me explain something to you. You don't know the problems I got, brother. Ric Flair. I love Ric Flair. Does anybody not know who Ric Flair is? Colin, do you know who Ric Flair is? Well, if Colin knows, I'm betting everybody knows. And wait a minute, Adsoy, king of Egypt or somewhere. Where was you running for governor at? What country?
Guatemala.
Yeah, so I don't know if he knows Ric Flair. Do you know who Ric Flair is, Adsoy?
The guy from...
he don't know.
The
He's
record?
the only one here. Huh? Wait a minute, he does. What'd you say?
The records guy? Replay?
The wrestler guy? Is that what you said? Like the fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly who I'm talking about. Do you know who he is, Jake Wilson?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you know anything about Flair that got him to become successful?
I do not.
Okay. He would work out 4 hours a day. So let's say he drank 18 bottles of wine and partied until 4 a.m. You know, I'm going to tell you where he'd be at 4 a.m. in the gym working out. That's difficult. That jerker took off his shirt one time in front of me. He was changing clothes. I about ran. I said, oh, son of a gun. He was old as hell. His muscles went from here, his elbow, down to his waist. It just looked like a daggum cobra getting ready to take off. I was like, yeah! And he was old as Hades then. And today, that jerker's died about 4 times for alcoholism and a couple other diseases. I ain't going to talk too much about them, but I'm going to tell you what, that jerker's crazy as a run-over dog. But the one thing about Rick is he would do what you got to do to be a wrestler. Is this helping at all, Jake?
It is.
He's lunatic, dude. I'm telling you, if you watch 30-30 is a series. They did a 30-30 on Ric Flair. He's hilarious. Rick, I just read something Rick wrote. Y'all bear with me. Rick Flair wrote this in the last 48 hours. He said, I have never, ever, ever been accused of forcing myself on a woman. And I have never forced myself on a woman. I was like, well, there you go. Way to go, Rick. What are you talking about, Rick? He said, I've done some bad stuff, but I ain't never done that. What's wrong with him? I don't know. Maybe it don't hit you as much as me. But I was like, that's good, Rick. That's a good point right there. I said, what is he talking about? In other words, my man got some problems, but forcing himself apparently is not one of them. You understand what I'm saying? Like, here's what people say to me. They go, I don't do cocaine. I go, well, congratulations. I don't drink. Okay, congratulations. Jake, does that make sense?
Yes.
You know, I got you on conference call, so you're doing good. Jared, does this make sense? Jared Gonzalez. Okay. Jared, would you like to go in with me? So I'm going to put up $1 million. Would you like to put up, let's say, you probably don't have $1 million. Let's say $20,000. You put up 20,000, I put up $1 million. If he starts doing the 8 steps, 100%, we got to give him that money if he still fails. You in?
I'm in.
You put up 20,000?
Yeah.
What that's showing to is we have the confidence that if you do that, no matter the problem that Jake's dealing with, he'll overcome it.
Because we believe in him.
Because we believe in it. Jake?
Yes.
If I hadn't met you in person, I don't know if I could say all those things. But I met you and I'm 100% confident. 100 million percent. Not 1,000,000%. I'm $1 million confident. Okay, Joe 2. Here's the question for you, Joe 2. 50-50. Do you think he's read my 8 steps or not, Joe 2? Don't say anything, Jake. This is a Joe 2 quiz. You think he's read it or not?
We say he. Who are you referring to?
Jake.
Jake?
You think Jake?
Jake's read the 8 steps.
You think he's read the 8 steps?
Sure.
What do you think, Marcus Richardson?
No, I don't think he has.
Ray, what do you think?
I think maybe he read it because that's what he was told, but he didn't reread it or take notes or study it.
So she thinks maybe he read it, but maybe he didn't study it, didn't take it serious.
I read it. That's the only thing I've read.
You remember the part where I said don't say nothing, Jake, just a while ago?
Sorry.
You remember that part?
I thought it was like,
Do you remember that part?
yes.
Okay.
Pero ahorita se va a acabar en 5 minutos. Entonces, vamos a ir a salir.
I love you, Jake. That's what I mean by giving him down in the country, Jared. We was at this football game one time, and you know how the football players pile up on each other? Do you know how they pile up on each other? They can't hear you saying yes or no, Jared.
Yes.
You know how they pile up on each other, right? They all just bodies and stuff like that. Got on tight pants. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This one guy was hitting this other guy, and he was hitting him in like a very vulnerable spot. It was an NC State football game. And so the guy threw the yellow flag. He put a whistle. And the whole stadium was like watching because we're like, what is he going to call him for? What is he going to say? And the judge turned on his mic and he said, 15 yards, number 55, for giving him down in the country. The whole stadium started laughing like crazy. He said,
only in North Carolina.
Giving him down in the country. Oh man. This is the kind of stuff I'd say when I'm calling in depth. Now, it depends. Like, I've met Jake on stage and I know a little something about him versus the other guy I don't. So I'm working. You're right. Did you see the part where I said, Jake, I told you not to say anything. He did it. I'm like, God. So my insinuation would be there is like, Jake, you got to follow the instructions. You know what I mean? Like, you got to stick to it no matter what, you know? Jake is a very disciplined individual. Whenever he decides to do something, he does it. I can tell you right now, after meeting him on stage, there are things he's more disciplined about than I am. Okay? Like, I'm telling you, I bet you $1 million, I could tell you, you'd be like, yep, you're right. He's more disciplined in things that I'm more disciplined at, but I'm more disciplined in some things that he's not disciplined. And figuring out what you want to be disciplined at and not disciplined at. You agree with that, Jake?
Yes.
Like, there's things you can't make him mess up. And there's things that you can't make Ric Flair mess up with. Rick says never. You with me? You can't make Rick not work out 4 hours a day. So what if his arm was broke? I bet you work his legs out and the arm that was fixed. And if he ain't careful, he'd be lifting weights with a cast on. He crazy like that. Some people are disciplined. So if I can get you that 8 steps, get it, I think you'll change your life. So I want to tell y'all this too. If y'all would like January 1, we're looking at different places to go to. So if there's places you want to see that we might run a contest to travel to, make suggestions. Can't guarantee, we'll listen, okay? The more you are part of the system, the more you can influence the system. Like you say, well, Andy, I'm not coming to that F&G IUL meeting, and I'm not coming to open house, but I got a couple suggestions. Well, shoot them to me, but I ain't listening. Does that make sense? Like, in other words, the more you participate in the system, the more the system is going to be influenced by you. Does that make sense? Same thing with National Convention coming up in January. So I don't want to influence the system. Okay, that's fine. I got you. But if you want to influence the system, participate in the system. Next thing, if you want to be, I got to tell you this. I got to wrap up. Jake, can you hold one more second? You hear this?
Of course.
All right, here's the way this works. I don't know if y'all can see this. Can you see how that works? All right, let me show you this. I got a guy right now. Okay. Here's what happens. You see how I got you and I got 1? If you treat the 1 a certain way, 6 people will treat you the certain way. I got a guy right now, he's having problems in his organization. And I promise you, they're just copying what he does. And it's going to kill him. It's going to hurt him so bad. I called up Tim Good. I said, Tim, you got to help me with this guy. He's doing stuff to the system, and then his people are now starting to do it to him. These people are going to copy you. Like, if you come to an event, no matter what it costs, they're going to, Joe, they're going to copy you, bro. You only got to copy 1 person, and 6, 15, or 100 are going to copy you. And people say, well, I'm writing 10 grand. My downline is not writing but 5. Try writing 0 and see what your downline does. You say, well, so what you're saying is they're going to do half of what I do. No. If you do something stupid, they'll do it twice as bad. If you do 10,000 in sales, they'll do 5,000. But if you do something like don't go to an event, not only will they not go, they won't listen to it. Like, they'll do it, like, whatever you do stupid, they're going to do 3 times stupider. Anything you do right, they'll do about half of it. So you have to go to say, like, they're going to copy you. People are going, your downline is going to copy you. Does that make sense? And then you got to be aware. Like if you stop counseling, like this guy, he used to ask everything. Now all of a sudden he's making his decisions. You know why, Marcus? Guess why somebody starts making their own decisions?
Ego, pride.
Oh my God. You so daggone biblical. You're brilliant. It's brilliant. Bible is Sunday school. It teaches you so much. He just went pride and ego. Now, why would he all of a sudden think, what would cause his pride and ego? What would move it up to a higher level?
The way he sees himself. He thinks he's better than the person he was counseling with, the person that was coaching him ahead of time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Why? Because he was making $35,000, now he's making $80,000. He was making $120,000, now he's making $500,000. You see what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, got it. But what happens is, that's why it goes like this a lot of times. Being in line is huge. Now watch this. I'm not even going to look at my phone. But 32 people texting me. You talking about me? I go, hey, Cinderella, if a shoe fits, put it on. Well, I'm mad. I'm going to quit because you're talking about me. How did you know I was talking about you? What part of it gave it away that I was talking about you? I had 16 people quit. I'm telling you a principle to Jake and Bray. Look, Jake and Bray. Jake said, I ain't listening to this. I'm getting out of here. Don't say, I'm just kidding. Does that make sense, John A. Bear?
Totally.
It happens in churches. Guy have a Sunday school. His Sunday school goes from 5 people to 16 people, and he got 20 people. So he asked for a bigger room. Next thing you know, he knows more than preacher. Preacher got 800 people going to the dadgum church. He got 20 people coming to a Sunday school. You seen that happen, Marcus?
All the time. And then they go get another little church off to the side somewhere because they can't seem to get along with the preacher.
I'm not talking about any of y'all or any of the other people in the entire company. Who are you talking about? People on other teams. Nobody on our team will be that stupid. I'm speaking that into existence. I am telling you, it happens all the time. How do you fix it, Andy? 8 Steps to Success. Read that book. Drop your ego and ask for input. And I am telling you, if what you're doing is, here's another, I want to tell you this, Marcus. Sometimes people don't ask because they know the answer is not going to be what they want. So therefore, they're not going to ask. Hey, listen, Andy, I know we're supposed to do this,
Right.
Yeah, because they don't want the answer. So they go like, don't ask Albright because I'll tell you what he's going to say. Hey, man, I just, I know you said no kids on Alaska cruise, but I told my kids for last year they's going. So here's what they say. I'm just not going to ask him. I'll just sneak him on there. And what's he going to do then? Well, here's the problem. Your people are going to do the same thing to you. You say, well, they ain't got children. That's the same thing as saying I don't do cocaine. I get it. They don't have children, but they're going to screw you in a different way. They're going to find a way. They're going to not listen to you because you didn't listen. You just absolutely went against. You see what I'm saying? So I was just thinking about that. If y'all can try to remember that, that's huge. So the 8's killing the base. That's why I hammer the basics more than I hammer IULs too. Because IULs, anybody can do them. But I think I can do them better than anybody else. You might give me a run for my money too. I don't think so, but you might. Does that make sense? But when it comes to building an organization, that's very difficult, represented by how many people making $1 million a month with us. Well, they making $80,000. Well, good. I want them making $400,000 a month. I want them making $1 million a month. But we got to get these basics down. We got to hammer these basics. The 8 steps. All right, guys, I am way over. I meant to stop at 2. Then I went 5 minutes. Then I got thinking. Appreciate y'all plugging in. I'm going to get souped up and fired up to go over to Three Daughters. And we're going to relax, hang out, shake hands, say hello to people. I can't wait. There's some people on there I hadn't met. I'm excited to meet them. And next weekend's open house. Details should be on the art. Robbie Kraft has been just killing on art. It's unbelievable. You look at your drawings, call your people, ask questions, get them to events, talk to them about networking, on and on. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Jake,
Andy,
hold on here.
Is the event being streamed tomorrow? The training?
You know what? I'm asking my team to stream it. So I don't know where the technology is. I told Billy today that I wanted to. So I think a lot of it will be, and we'll email out and text out links and people can watch it.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay, brother. Thanks for asking. Any other questions?
Oh, I just
Chris,
tried to text Andy, but how long are you going to be there tonight at the brewery, the Three Daughters?
Depends on what Jane says.
Okay.
You see her, talk to her, and see what she says. I don't care. I hang out all night if you ain't careful. She says she wants to leave early. I'll be gone for you. I'm Albright. I will be. I think she said we're going to be over there about 5 or 6. Did you know what time they said to be over there? What time we'll get started? Anybody know? When you going?
5:30.
5:30 or 6:30?
5:30.
We'll be over at 5:30. Hey, listen. It's hard for me to believe, but last year was the COVID year. I affected this year. Me too. I got it too. It's 2021, people, and it's almost over. The whole 2020 went like that. Now 21 is gone. Ain't gone yet. But we got to go. TikTok. Next thing you know, we all going to be old like me. We got to move now before we die. That's why. So urgency, speed. Love y'all. Thanks for plugging in. Hope it helps. Let's kill this thing.
Thank you.